Okay, good afternoon, students. Am I audible to you people?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, see here, one instruction to you people. Whenever in between the class, if I have a doubt that whether I'm audible to you people or not, to confirm it, I will be asking you people again and again. Okay, frequently I'm going to ask you people regarding this. So you have to, respond to that because very less number of students are there in the third online class of a day. Fine. So I need to know that whether you people are present or not. You have to, respond to it. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Am I audible or not?
Yes, sir.
Am I audible to people?
Yes, sir.
This is the reason why I ask you people again and again whether you people are there or not, whether I'm audible or not, becomes very questionable one. Fine. Okay, another 5 minutes will wait because some people are joining late. Fine. So we wait for another 5 minutes. Okay, should we start the class? Should I start the class? Am I audible to people or not?
Yes, sir.
Be louder.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay, I welcome you people for retail management class. Okay, today we are going to discuss or begin with your module 4. Okay, which is purely on store management and visual merchandising. Few concepts with respect to this we people are going to discuss. Okay, so how best any retailer and or maybe an employees into that retail store, how those people are going to manage, okay, the entire show of retailing, okay, and the business related to it, also the activities which are going to be defining the model of a retail business which those people have planned for, and also some visual merchandising where how a product or an merchandise completely is going to be displayed, okay, what are the advantages of that and how best a display can provoke any customers who will be visiting a store, okay, and making them to buy, okay, and how best an experience of doing a shopping at any retail store, so that experience can be better defined, okay, and maybe a satisfaction with respect to that experience can be brought with these two things, how best you're going to manage the store, as well as the visual merchandising will be playing a vital role in defining how convenient that any customer finds making a shopping at your doorstep of your retail store. Okay, so we go one by one. Just hold on. Okay, so in this, store management, there are certain duties and responsibilities that any store manager has to, do. Okay, and these are responsibilities are going to be, handled and by the store manager who is responsible for maintaining the entire store. Okay, what he has to do, the basic role, happens like he has to manage the employees, okay, because huge number of employees are required on the basis of the store how bigger it is. A smaller can be a small stores can have little less employees with them, and the store manager may not possess so much of difficulty in managing them, but the greatest difficulty happens when the store is very big, more number of departments are there in that store, okay, and as well as the employees who has to be properly selected, and they have to be placed properly in the different departments as per the training given to them, and on the basis of the capability those employees will be possessing in managing that particular department. That requires a lot of effort from the side of store manager in training them, okay, and making them capable of handling the department which has been assigned to them. So management of there is employees is very difficult part, as well as a challenging one. So this is a basic role duty has to play, and maintaining the sales environment, see to it that the process of selling, okay, any methods first those people are going to follow in the retail store, okay, and how best those people are going to use that process of method in making good business and profit by giving a satisfaction to the customers by selling the required merchandise which those people have as in the requirement list of the customers. Okay, along with that, cost minimization, because the challenging part also it is, because how best a manager see to it that with the minimum input the maximum output can be brought. Maybe the amount what a retailer or say maybe a retail giant which is going to pay for different resources which those people are going to possess, and also which those people are going to use it for running the retail store. Maybe it may be machines, it may be equipments, or it may be something like different internal, I mean interior structure to maintain it, as well as the amount which those people are going to pay for human resource. So any resource which has been possessed by a retailer that requires utilization, as well as some amount of cost which is associated with those resources. So he see to it that any as a retail manager, that how best the cost can be minimized with respect to the operations, what has been carried out into a retail store. Then also it's a responsibility of a store manager to see to that recruitment, seeing up the best the best candidates can apply for the job, selecting the best employees or candidates who are very promising one, and whatever the objective that any retail store is having, that can be met properly with the capability of employees which has been selected. Fine. Training them enough, making them very comfortable with the department and the products or a total merchandise which is being going to be kept into the retail store. Fine. And also developing them, increasing their skill of selling, increasing their skill of maintaining the department altogether. So it is a duty of a store manager that see to it that how best he is going to recruit the candidates, the right candidates, okay, placing them into a right places, right departments, okay, and also training them and giving a proper development opportunity where they can easily equip themselves to maintain the consistency in giving service to the customers. Fine. Then budgeting and forecasting, we have some of the concepts which we people are going to deal with to your end of this model. Okay. Where he is also responsible for looking after that how much money has to be planned for spending it for a specific time period, and to which type of merchandise those people can invest and can make good money out of it. Okay, along with that, forecasting that how best you know the idea of understanding that for certain time period what may be the probable sales can be expected in that particular time period, and how which are those type of products or total merchandise which can be demanded at that particular moment. So that also can be easily understood, and it is also a responsibility of a store manager. And also like implementing marketing plans, where any promotional plans which has been fixed by top executives in that particular retail store, or maybe a chain, if it's a chain of retail stores, where in the top management there may be some planning which has been done. Okay, and those plans can be easily executed or implemented in each store. So see to it that a retail manager will be having an idea as well as the capability of maintaining that control over the implementation of the plan which has been set by the top management or the related executive team which is responsible for that. Okay, then team leadership, this is what because at the first that point we people have discussed something on managing the employees, because more number of employees will be working into the store. See to it that how best a store manager can be a good motivator, keeping that sense of belongingness what employees can show to the retail stores. Fine. And what leadership qualities that has to be possessed by the store manager, on the basis of the type of employees which are working into that particular retail store. So the type of leadership changes according to the requirement of the situation and the type of people who are working with the retail store. So okay, along with that, you have like maintaining leave and salary records, where he is also responsible for looking after compensation related tasks, how much has to be paid to different employees on the basis of the contribution which those employees are going to be giving to the fine. And also he should see to it that that what incentives has to be paid, what promote what type of motivational activities can be planned on the basis of this compensation related strategies. Fine. And we have ninth one, like holding the inventory. He is also responsible for looking after that inward and outward movement of the materials. Okay, how much that stock has to be kept on the basis of the prediction what he does about that particular time period. The forecasting ability of the store manager will be helping him to plan for how much merchandise has to be kept in stock Okay, what may be the demand which can be, raising in the market for that particular time period, and whether the retail shop is capable of, supplying that much of material to the, customers who are in need of. So that has to be taken care, that, holding the inventory, which requires lot of planning experience and forecasting ability of retail, store manager. Fine. So we have done like extending, customer services, not only just, looking after the sales till the sales, even after sales also. It's a duty of any, uh, also a responsibility of, the store manager in looking after that, how best the service can be given to the customers with respect to the after sales service, along with some, maybe it's something like, some technical problems may come, okay, or any functional problem of a product or services which has been given to the customers. See to it that those problems can be easily solved. Any objections which comes, from the customers, they can be handled properly, and the solution should be given to the customers. Fine. Okay. Am I audible to people? Am I audible to people?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Next we have like, store security, which is also one more, a task into the store management or management of the store. Fine. See to it that how best, store is secured. Okay, in all the 360-degree angle. Fine. So here, there are certain, tasks or, related factors which has to be kept in the mind. Okay, the store security when it comes to that, like, appointment of uniform securities, where, people in certain uniform which will be representing that those people are, looking after, any, inconvenient issues which happen into the retail stores. Okay, and also they are responsible for looking after, okay, having an eye over what has come inside and what is moving outside, whether it has been built or not, A to Z. Fine. So somewhere like you have to appoint some uniformed, security people to see to it that, store is managed properly, and, people who are visiting the store are going to be very secured, as well as the merchandise into the store. Then also there should be some checkpoint at the entry and exit point. Somebody who is entering inside, see to it that, what those people have brought, the same thing has to be taken outside. Fine. For that, as well as, at the exit point, according to the bill, what has been generated, the materials are there or not. This is very common things which people have already experienced. When people visit, the bigger stores in your area, where what is going outside, that, security person will be checking it as per the bill. Okay. Then, now somewhere like, without uniform security guards can also be located into the stores, where, they will not be having a uniform, but they will be having always an eye over, the customers who will be, maybe sometimes some thieves will be there, the theft will happen, right? Somebody can stole the materials. So in absence of, uniformed, as the security, like uninformed people, without uniform, the people can be also kept in some areas where too much of huge crowd will be there, or maybe, very tiny materials are there, small materials which are with a very high cost. Fine, high price materials. So see to it that, nothing goes out of, the retail store without billing. So also use of, some, technical devices like, CCTV cameras can be fixed in all the corners, that see to it that what activities are happening in certain corners in the absence of a security, where that can be recorded and kept for the reference of if any, theft or any stealer are there around, that particular rack or say place, and you people can easily catch hold of them. Then we have fifth one, like, cash deposits in bank should be done frequently. Don't, they shouldn't keep the cap. I mean, sorry, they shouldn't keep the cash, for longer time into the stores. So as and when it is required, some amount is, collected. That amount has to be, has to be deposited into the bank again and again as per the requirement. Then, the lighting should be very high enough, where, each and everything what is happening into the store can be easily visible over the camera. If cameras are fixed and lighting is not properly, uh, you know, if any, any stealing happens, any robbery happens, that type of, the misconduct, who any person has done it, he should be easily visible. Okay, what has been taken and who has taken it. So it should be easily visible. To make it more visible, the lighting should be properly arranged into the retail store. Okay, then there should be a coordination between all the security personnel. This means that the planning should be properly done, and the planning should be easily executed. That how best the entire store can be kept secure. So there should be a a coordination between all the persons who are on the job of security. Then access to some storage areas and warehouses. Usually, if you go to stores where certain places are going to be restricted for the customers, where the customers cannot enter inside. Fine. So this is what they say, that the access to some storage areas where the inventory has been kept. Okay, in the warehouses, in such type of places. The apart from the employees, the others shouldn't enter. Okay, fine. So we have some, like store record and accounting system, where store functions, what type of functions that each store has to be having it. Those all functions has to be all the time checked. Okay, and the functions which are related, like an example, like billing, maybe somebody who's taking inward some material handling. These all comes under arranging the racks, arranging the merchandise. Okay, any material which has come down, okay, to certain amount, no, certain units, that can be refilled again over the racks. So these all things has to be see to it. Those all functions has to be recorded properly. Okay, and see to it that everybody is working properly. Then we have like pricing on purchase materials. This is also very important, because retailers will be buying it in a bulk, and that bulk can be breaked. Okay, as per the units which are required by the customers. So each unit, what it is going to be costing, that all labeling has to be done for the convenience of customers, as well as for the convenience of the person who is going to bill at the counter. So the employee who is responsible for billing it, for barcoding, or maybe something like some tax which will be read by certain certain equipments, which the equipments will be giving the entire information about the product and related discounts, and what will be the total price which has to be taken from the customer. So these all things has to be seen it. Okay, and also the materials which is going to be returned back. Okay, for that, how much pricing has to be fixed, has to be also taken care. So sometimes no pricing is also done if it comes under the warranty or guarantee, or maybe the return policy of the retailer, that within how much days that has to be returned, in what type of conditions. So all those things has to be also recorded. And also, as said, the materials which people are going to receive from the suppliers, that has to be recorded properly. How much the inventory is been filled with what type of material, and which is taken from certain A or B or C type of supplier. So all those things has to be kept into the record. And also, like issues of materials from the stores, even that record has to be also seen, because the difference between what has been issued, okay, and the what has been received, this will be defining that how properly the merchant has been managed. Okay, and that there should be a tally between output and input. Fine. So any difference comes, there may be something like somebody has stolen it, or maybe accounting has not done properly. So that has to be taken care. The sixth, we have like physical verification of store stock. So it's very much important, as per the requirement of the store. They do it. Usually, very high cost materials, high priced materials will be verified again and again, because if one or two is going to be missing out of the rack, and they move out of the retail store without billing, there will be a huge loss for the a retailer. So see to it that the physical verification of the stock will be done again and again. That also will be helping a retailer or any store manager to understand what amount of merchandise has to be kept into the inventory of any category or number of products or brands which is required. Fine. Okay. Any doubts still here? Any doubts still here?
Sir, I had one question.
Okay,
Sir,
please be louder.
hello. Sir, am I
Yes,
audible?
yes. No, little louder, please.
Hel-
Wait, 1 minute.
Hello.
Yeah. Sorry, it's from my side it is. Okay, chalo,
Okay.
bolo.
So, yes, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Yeah, you are audible now. May I know who is this?
Sir, I'm Steven.
Stephen. Okay. Tell me, Stephen.
Sir, Big Bazaar has a billing counter on each and every floor, sir. And
Okay.
DMart is having only on the first floor. So, why
Yeah.
like that, sir?
Why like that? It all
Yes.
depends to reduce the rush. If you, let me help you, Stephen, where you get some concepts into your service marketing. Okay, waiting line strategy. Probably it has not been done, it seems. Fine. So waiting line strategy it is where you people reduce the stress of the customers in waiting in a line. Okay. If you see, you go to DMart, no, even in the first floor you have a billing counter. It won't be open frequently. Okay. It will be open on the days where there is a with very high rush you people find in the maybe at the festival season or maybe in the weekend where too much of rush will be there, and just to reduce the rush or manage or managing the rush, those people will be having billing counters at different floors. But remember, wherever let them make a billing, but at the end, when they are exiting out of the store, there will be two or three the security guards. Exit will be one. If you go to any type of retail store, there will be only two places, where one place for the enter to as an entrance where customers will be entering, and one will be an exit. The exit point will be always one where it will be checked. You go to any store, it will be done. Why the counters will be in a different areas? Because the thing is, one, to manage the crowd of a customers, and second is not giving customers too much of stress in waiting in a line. So the biggest problem it is to make the service better. Those people will be having multiple counters and in the multiple floors. Okay.
Sir, but then at the end of financial year, sir, then
Mm.
Big Bazaar has to make four financial statements, sir. Why? Because they have four different, I mean, three different floors, no, sir. So,
No, nothing like that. Nothing. Inventory will be one always. Okay. Are you talking about financial statements or are you talking about inventory, records?
no, sir. I asked, sir. Big Bazaar is having three floors, so on each and every
Uh,
floor they have a billing counter, sir. But in
yeah.
DMart, sir, only on first floor they have billing counter. So,
Okay.
suppose yes, sir.
Please go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Suppose at the end of financial year, sir, now Big
Mm.
Bazaar has to make three different financial statements, sir. Why? Because they have three floors, no, sir, like
No, no,
clothes
no, no,
sector,
no.
vegetable sector.
Nothing like that. Nothing like that. Financial statement will be one always. Okay. Any let you do billing at any counter that goes and saved into a single server. Okay.
Okay, sir.
It's
Yes.
very technical part it is. That will be taken into this. Statements will be always one. And remember how it is, I tell you, where every day they are going to close the stock. If I'm not wrong, I have met one executive of DMart where he says that every day they are going to verify the stock. Every day. I know once the statement of the billing comes to them, according to that they will come to know which material from which category and which brand has been sold how much. Okay, what was the opening stock into the inventory for brand A. At the end of the day, when they are going to close the counter, no, they will verify it. What is the difference? Because what is the closing stock for that brand A? Okay, and they are going to count it how much has been no that brand has been left into the store in the rack as well as in the what is that warehouse. Okay, where there's the people are going to keep the inventory. Every day they do it. Okay, and some of them do it in the maybe end of the week. Somebody can do it in the end of the month. It all depends on the policies and requirement of the retail store, how they are going to operate. There's no hard and fast rules, Stephen.
Yes, yes,
Any doubts?
yes.
Fine.
No, sir.
Can I continue?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, next we have something like coding system. These are type of coding systems which you people have already came across, but you people have not given so much of attention towards that. Okay, these coding systems are mostly known by the retailer and the person who is doing billing, fine, and as well as the people who is into the rack or who is into the management of the inventory. Those people will come to know what is the coding and how those people are going to read the coding, fine. So there is a certain advantage of having this coding for them, not for the retailer, not for the customers, because customers we always look for what the basic information that when it has been manufactured and when it's going to be expired, fine. Along with that, what is the price, fine, and as well as what is the related discounts that we people are interested as a customers. We are going to identify the products on the basis of the color, maybe the name. This is what is very much necessary or maybe important for the customers. But for a retailer, there will be thousands together different brands from different categories. What those people will be having into their store, okay, and they are going to offer it to the customers. So what they do is to identify the brands where they are situated, okay, and means what in which rack it is, where it is, and into the inventory also they look after that. So immediately those people can fetch the material from the inventory and they can load it into the racks of the retail store, fine. So for them it becomes very easy if they are going to be coded properly. So they use certain technology with them, and they also going to use some manual type of coding can be also done. That's what we are going to discuss in the next slides. But as if now, this coding system is very simple for those retailers, where they can understand it with a very minimum effort, okay, and there may be no need of training. Maybe a little training is required, basic information with respect to that particular coding system should be understood by the retailer and any executive who is managing that particular rack or a department, fine. Next, we have flexible. It is because you people can easily expand or say like accommodate more codes, because you can take the codes to the next level. Maybe now like A1 is one code today for a particular brand. If the new brand enters the say enters the retail store, for that you people can increase it to say like A2, maybe, or B1. So where you people can easily expand it or accommodate some more type of codes according to the requirement of the people and the retailer. And we have like good formulation where this can be adopted system which should be able to be used in almost all the functional areas into that particular retail store, fine. Okay, here we have some different types of common codification systems here, fine. The first one is like alphabet, where people are going to use some letter to code the material. For example, like you have LCL, BT, which says that it's a bolt, NT it is a nut, fine, PN is a pin, because all the boxes will be having this type of coding. This will be helping. One more, before I go through this, why this coding is done is because this coding will be unique to each and every store, okay, and each and every supplier who will be supplying it to the different stores, they will be having different coding only, fine. So this coding can help to the to the retailers, making them more secured enough, because customers they know if it is written bolt on that particular box, they can steal it easily, okay, and if it is written BT, they will never come to know what exactly the BT is. So somewhere to keep the material secured, the boxes secured, probably this will be helping the retailer. So this is alphabetically we do it. For example, like I dash O, fine, or we are going to use BT, NT, PN, SC, like you scream, fine. So we have second one, like numerical codes also can be done, where certain strokes we people are going to use, or we people can use some dashes also, fine. Okay, now what we do here is we are going to use numbers to code the items or a brands into the into the store. How it is? See the example here. Like for example, raw materials, Let me say that, like simple number 0 1, like block number 1 dash 1000. Okay, we can use like blocks, we can use some dash or strokes where we can use like this here, 15 dash 1 or maybe 15 slash 1. So iron ore, we can give number like 05 is iron ore. Okay, block number it may be 1 dash 10, where these are like, where like, in that block 1 there are 10 units of iron ore. Maybe like, in block 1 is a raw material like, 1000 are there. Somewhere like, depends. There's no hard and fast rule. Let me tell you again, keep in the mind, each store will be having its own, type of coding system on the basis of your numerics also. We have like alpha numeric, where combination of both we people are going to use, where, alphabets and number both are used. Okay, here this is something like, people can mix the numbers with the letters. Okay, alphabetical letters, for example, like, SP dash 11. Okay, maybe this may be one, like, code for us, a type of material which those people are going to store in their retail shop. We have an example like, here raw materials of a group. We'll take a group first, the group which consists of raw materials for the furniture. These are the materials which people are going to use to, fix the furnitures. Fine. For example, like, items we have wood. Okay, wood, and like, various sizes we have. Okay, like, specifications. The code we are going to give here is like wood, raw material like RM dash wood WD, and then we have like, various size, maybe like, 1 by 100 is like, a type of, specification or a size which is going to be used. Like we have next steel here items, same RM steel, we are going to give it as what, RM dash ST. Then also dash, like, various sections we have like 01 by, 150. So these are things like, we are going to use, we are going to code it. If somebody wants to say like, they want to find where is the steel, easily they can find on the basis of RM dash ST dash, 01 dash 150. So this is something, a code which will be helping them to understand this is a steel, whatever has been, backed into the box. Even we people can use decimals like, 47.1.1, whatever that's, we put a point, that will be also helping to understand, like, we use certain dash and strokes in the coding. Like example we have here the main product, then we have a sub 1, sub 2 and sub 3. For example, 47 is a main product, sub in that, 1.1. See here example we have. Okay, if you go through this, we have a main product like called as a copper, which is in the main group. You take all the materials of that copper will be fallen into that particular place by giving the number 01. 01 means it's a copper. Then in the subgroup 2, okay, if you find the number 2, okay, 01, okay, 0.02, fine, 1 minute. Fine. You see here, main group is 01, a copper. Then we have a subgroup 1. In that main group, if you want to go to copper sheets, okay, copper wire may be 03. Okay, now copper sheets, you people have given the coding it as 02 group 1, subgroup 1. Then we have a subgroup 2 where copper sheets with minimum, sheets with, 5 mm thickness. Okay, so for that 5 mm thickness copper sheets you give 03. If it is 10 mm thickness, copper sheets, you can give 04. Now what happens? Now what is the code here? 01, 02, 01.02.03. This means 01 is a copper sheet, okay, with 5 mm, which is called as the coded, after going to the code of 02, fine, and 5 mm will be 03. So somewhere this code will be helping for any retailer or executive easily to find the material and can deliver it to the, customers from the, this, like, we have like British, or we say it as, British type of, system of coding. This is like, we are going to use some numerical system which will be combining both numbers as well as the decimals, like, 47.002. Here it is. Okay, I hope it may be visible. Once I will be sending you the notes, just go through it by expanding it. This is the maximum limit which can be expanded. We have like, 3, 4, 4, 1, 1, 3, and then 0, 0, 2. Here, like, in the last two sections, you have no 3 and 005. Okay, there will be something like a name of that section, and subsections are there, main section and also sub series of the material, and the family name, like, here we have 3, the class, then we have a 4, the subclass of it, and into which group it falls, like 4, it falls into certain groups, and we have one of that particular subgroup. So ultimately, these type of codings will be easily understood by those people on the basis of the training those people have in reading the codes. Then we have like this Kodak, which will be something similar to your the British and decimals, where this has been used into where it has been found by Eastman Kodak Company of USA. Okay, this says that this system will be borrowing all the goods points from all the other subsystems, where you people can find main group. Okay, main group of sorry, 1 minute. Okay, fine. Now it is much going to be based on the numerical system, and also some decimals are also going to be used, fine, on the basis of this Kodak system. What they do is, the main group those people will be forming, in that particular group, what will be the subgroups as per the category, what we have an example here, fine. In that category, which are those brands or items. Okay, now for example, like hardware supplier, who is going to supply, from whom it has been supplied, and what is that particular material which has been supplied in the form of hardware. We take it as 1, 2, 3 number. In that particular hardware, total hardware, we are going to segregate the hardware into different categories. Okay, each category will be given certain number, like each category. For example, category A, okay, that can be given as a number like 4, 5, 6. In that particular category, there will be different brands or different products. Okay, that each product will be having some number called as, like 7, 8, 9. Okay, so these hardwares can be like we take like a hammer. In hardware supplies, you may have hammers, you may have nails, some drilling machines, okay, etc. So these all fall into 1, 2, 3, which we say it as total hardware materials. In that hardware materials, for example, like category, I take hammers. Okay, the hammer or maybe drilling machine will take. Drilling machines is a one category. Okay, apart, if you take different categories like nails and hammers, they will be following in some different categories. So what I do for machines like drilling, I give them a code as 4, 5, 6. Okay, all the different types of brands of drilling machines will be following in that particular code 4, 5, 6. In each out of that, I may have some Bosch is an example, like hardware item 7, 8, 9, which is specifically given like Bosch drilling machine. Okay, that specific hardware item will be taken it as 7, 8, 9. If somebody like XYZ company is there drilling machine, now for that you can give like 1, 2, 3 once again, or you can give them like 7, 9, 0, can be a different number for that. So people are going to group them, subgroup them on the basis of their brand name, on the basis of the category, and on the basis of total supply. Okay, any doubts till here? What I suggest to people is that whenever people are going to visit the stores, please go through their coding system. Somebody can use barcodes, some numbers will be there, that numbers will be known by those people. Once it's very easy to see that when you go to any supermarket, at the billing counter, they will be using certain infrared machine, where that machine is going to scan the barcode. Once the barcode is scanned, the entire item's number will come. What is the item, what is the price of it, and what is the quantity, and what is the discount over that particular price. So that number will be defining easily what exactly it is. Fine. So this is what it is. Okay, we have something like marking on stores or say materials, where we people can use some colors. Now the best example is like if you see the private cars, usually they will be having white background, the black font. So why we say it as a white bold. Once we see that white bold, we will easily identify this is not car for the rent. Okay, now for taxi or for the rent, easily it can be understood, where yellow board with the black font. Okay, black number, black font, that will easily identify that this is what vehicle which is meant for taxi purpose or hiring purpose. Fine. The same thing, we can use some paints, like blue, red, etc. on the materials. So those people can easily identify the blue, you know, colored box will be having such a specific type of materials into it. Okay, a green type of box will be having certain type of materials which will not be known by the customers. It will be identified by the retailers and the executives who are working on that. Then we have like secret marking, which is not so easily identified by any of the customers. Okay, revealing it is becomes very difficult because these type of maybe the example given is like most expensive type of the items into the stores to keep them very secure from the theft. Okay, those people are going to use this type of secret marking. The thief, if we want to stole certain type of material, specific material which is very costly, he will never come to know into which type of boxes. Okay, I mean in which type of box that particular expensive material is kept. So they use it for something like keeping the materials very safe. Okay, and like those people know well that which type of sign has been given to a box to identify a type of material which has been kept into it is purely done by the retailer and the related executives. Fine. Okay. Now what do we do? Till here, I will be stopping the class. Fine. Okay. Okay. This will be your part one. Fine. So do people have any doubts with respect to this, or should I wind up the class?
No, sir.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay. Anybody who has any doubts? Okay. Shall I wind up the class?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. All of you have a nice day.